Hey guys, welcome back to the Two Thumbs Up podcast. Dr. Todd here today. I have a friend of mine here today, and what I really love about doing this is I met Dr. Rice, and I'll get you here in a second, but I met Dr. Rice literally for about a minute one day. You walked in our office here, and I'm like, I would love to have you on the podcast. I told our marketing crew, it's like, she gets it. So I'm grateful you're here. Dr. Becky Rice, DC, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
It's honestly an honor to be here.
So let's just kind of, like I said, these things are super organic,
Perfect.
Zero
Love
agenda.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to know, let's start, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Oklahoma in a small town called Beggs. So there is one stop sign in the middle of town. Downtown is 1 block long. We have 2 gas stations. So that's where I grew up in Oklahoma.
Spell Beggs.
Beggs. Yeah. They have a really good, if you ever go, a drive-in. And you get these things called chicken bits. It sounds terrible, but it's one of the most beautiful things in the world. So chicken bits with a cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. It's my one soda I'll get. But it's good. Yeah.
So Beggs, Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And went to high school there?
Went to high school there. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What does your family do out there?
So my mom was actually the school nurse. So
cool.
She's phenomenal, very merciful, compassionate heart. My dad has had a lot of jobs. He describes himself as an inventor. So right now he's kind of developing some eyewear to help counter macular degeneration.
Oh, right.
So
is he an optometrist?
He's not. He's just literally an inventor. So
an inventor.
Him and a team of people, but they're making these glasses where basically it's full of screens and then it just circumvents your vision. So macular degeneration is a disease where you lose like the middle portion of your vision. So people can't read anymore, like wives can't see their husbands anymore, and so I love
that he's doing that, because right now some of the treatments are pretty invasive with injections. My father-in-law is suffering from macular degeneration.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So so is he always kind of wanted to design things in the healthcare field, or has he done other things?
No, he's done some other things. So if this turns into a podcast about my dad, I won't be upset about it because he is so cool.
We'll have him on the podcast.
Yeah, right. He's amazing. Yeah. So he is also, again, one of a team, but in Oklahoma, there are a lot of tornadoes in tornado season. And he was the one, again, him and a team, they were the ones who figured out how to deliver the video feed of tornadoes over the internet. Because they used to, like, news stations would record the tornado, drive it back to the station, and then play it. And then him and his team are the ones who basically invented video over the internet.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They won some Emmys for it and stuff.
I have a, no one knows this about me. I would love to be a storm chaser. I watch these guys in what's his name? He created this storm chaser mobile. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know who you're talking about. Yeah, I'm like, my friend from Oklahoma.
I think I would really love to talk to your dad.
Yeah,
sometime,
you should. You absolutely should. It's
so
fascinating.
Mom and dad, family, siblings out there?
Yeah, so I'm one of 6 kids. Oh, yeah. So we have a big family. All of my family, like my mom's one of 9 kids. My dad's one of 13. Mm-hmm. So huge family out in Oklahoma. Yeah, they're amazing.
Cool. So you were just mentioning a little bit ago, you came to Utah on a whim, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And I actually came to Utah on a whim a long time ago. Yeah. But so tell us about that. You and your family, you're married?
Yeah, married. So I have my husband Phil, and then I have 2 kids, a daughter Dema. She's 13 right now, and Cedar is 10. And I kind of credit our move over here to whiskey and Super Mario Brothers. I came to Utah for a conference, right? And I had no idea. Utah people kept this place a secret. Yeah. So I came out here and I was like, I like this place. I want to live in the mountains. So I took our family out here over a Christmas break, and we were just playing Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. And tasting some whiskey. Did you go up to what's our whiskey? It's Joy. High West whiskey.
High West, we are High West fans. Yep.
Yeah, that they have a fun tasting up there.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I haven't actually been out there. I need to go.
Oh yeah, it's. Yeah. Not that I would know,
Yeah.
but I have heard
You know.
that they have really good
Very nice.
tastings.
Yeah,
up there.
good.
So
Well,
yeah,
I'll have to try it. So yeah,
I read that in a book.
Yeah.
But,
There it is.
So, I wanted to kind of jump in. So it's always interesting to me because chiropractors, wow, we are an interesting breed. Yes,
That is a very true statement.
and honestly, one of the most fascinating thing about chiropractic to me is that everyone does it uniquely, right?
Yeah.
So I would love to know and hear what your journey has been. It's like one day you woke up and said, "That's what I'm going to do for a living," and then we need to talk about that. Like, why did that happen, right? But I would love to know what your experience has been, like that whole thing.
That's a great question, and honestly, is still unfolding a little bit. I chose to jump into the field of chiropractic because originally there was this thing in me that I want to help people feel better, right? Like I think that there's more to healing in life, and to me it has more to do with the whole mind-body connection. Like it's everything mixed together. But I love the idea that it was a physical job. I didn't have to sit at a desk. I could literally just twist people up and bam, like WWE them and just have fun with people. After going to school, I honestly think part of school made me a little bit of a skeptic about chiropractic, if that's fair. Like I remember trimester 1 hearing about the history of chiropractic.
And where were you at in
what
school?
What am I doing? So I went to Parker University in Dallas.
Yeah,
which was a great school.
So you jump in philosophy.
Yes.
Right? Like
yes.
the philosophy of chiro.
Yes, the philosophy.
The old Palmer people.
Right, exactly. Yep.
D.D. Palmer, right? Yeah.
Yep, D.D. Palmer and BJ and a lot of stuff. And it was a lot to take in, you know? And like you said, like chiropractors we are so different. Like sometimes if you go to a dentist, you kind of know what to expect. With a chiropractor, you can go into a different office and they're just going to do something completely different, which I think is one of our gifts as a, community, but it can also be challenging because people don't know what they're getting.
Right.
So trying to find my way through school and trying to decide like what I wanted to do. Our university put a lot of stock into research reports, like what does the science say? So kind of a little bit less philosophy, a little bit less. Someone's going to get mad at me about that, but
agreed. And there's a balance in all those things.
Yeah, there's a balance in all of that. So as I have seen some pretty audacious claims that chiropractors make, I'm always like, oh, show me the research on that, please. So just trying to find that balance of where healing happens, things you can't explain happen, and then also kind of pairing that and marrying it with, and here's what we know about science, here's what we know about the body, here's how it responds to treatment.
So you just didn't wake up one day and you're in Dallas going to school there. What was because it's generally a unique story. It's like, well, how did?
Yeah.
Sometimes you were injured. You were treated by a chiro.
Right.
You had an experience with one. Or what was yours?
Mine was as a basketball player in high school, and I got tackled by someone down, by the goal, by the just playing in the pit of it all. Something went wrong with my back, and I was just like, I can't move anymore.
Do they realize that
sharp pain
in Beggs, Idaho, or Beggs, Oklahoma, that basketball does not include tackling?
Well, you would think, but
right.
Sometimes we do.
So you injured your back.
Yeah, it just it was a pinching, nagging pain that I could not get rid of. Right, just trying to stretch it out, just trying to push through, right? And so my dad is actually the one who took me to a chiropractor, like where I didn't grow up with chiropractic care. And then he did a weird move. To this day, I still don't even know. I can't mimic it. It was like an interesting tangled up move. And after one time, he readjusted me, and I was fine. I didn't have to go back. I didn't know then that there's benefits to like maintenance care,
right?
Like ongoing care. I wish I had at that time, but that was a moment where I was like, that felt like magic, right? It was like harnessing magic, and that's kind of a shift for me of like, man, I think our bodies are pretty awesome. Yeah, we can do some pretty incredible things.
So what would you say to people about the misconceptions about chiropractic? Because you and I both know them very, very well, and one of the reasons I'm a trained chiropractor. I've been doing it for years and years. I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
We do the brain injury stuff. And my foundation though started with chiropractic. And I'm curious to know what some of the experiences you've had with dealing with misconceptions, dealing with beliefs that actually are not true about chiropractic care and what you do. What are some of the misconceptions you would have experienced?
That is a great question. I think some of the broad misconceptions, right, is it's fake, it's not real. You know, it doesn't do anything. It's just hocus pocus. You know, it's some person claiming if I just believe the right thing, it'll happen. And then some people, I think another misconception is like if you go to a chiropractor, you have to go for the rest of your life.
Right.
You know, it's like if they go to another doctor, they might just go get an issue sorted. But if you go to a chiropractor, they're going to just tell you have to come forever. There are probably quite a few misconceptions, I think.
How about with the cervical spine?
With the cervical spine?
Yeah. The big phobia is there.
The big phobia is you're going to kill me. Like I will have a stroke after this. I won't be able to move. You are going to cause harm. It's a vulnerable place to have someone's they feel like having your neck in someone's hand feels really vulnerable to a lot of people.
So what you're describing to me there is this, and honestly, I feel like this is one place where developing trust between a practitioner of any kind, for that matter, and chiropractic, for specifically chiropractic and their patient. In my experience, chiropractors do across the board, generally, I would say, do a very amazing job with developing trust with their patients, because you're utilizing movements and biomechanics and your hands, and there's a connection there that really sets the tone for the patient to have a positive outcome. And of course, everyone's heard the horror stories and all these things, but and I think that's one of the things that I was super impressed with you, because you're out coming in other because this is what I used to do too, and and it's not an easy thing, right?
It is not.
I mean, I didn't have that really good hair either, right? So walking into an office, I remember back in the day where I was like, okay, I got 2 little kids, I gotta make this thing work, and I was doing spinal screenings and all this stuff. I was walking into orthopedic doctors or surgeons' offices and just doing this, and it's a very uncomfortable feeling, and I love that you are open to that, because it tells me some things about you. That A, you're passionate about what you do. B, you have courage. C, you care about people. It's about building bridges and building relationships. And I feel like, honestly, in healthcare anymore, those things right there are the secret sauce. Because people are looking for a connection with someone that they can trust to. And also, let's be honest here. Are you the first person that they show up in your office generally with back pain, or are you the last?
Generally not. Generally we're at the end of the road.
And so, there's that whole piece too. So, what are some of the things you love about what you do?
Ooh, that is a good question. I'm going to go kind of a weird route if I can.
You can go wherever you want to go.
Can I say touching people is one of my favorite things. And I don't mean that in a weird way. I think it sounds weird. But I think our society, we don't connect as much anymore. Like, things are so digital. Things are online. There's a lot of, concern, well-earned concern about appropriate touch, right?
Correct.
But there is something that is, I think, healing about body-to-body connection.
And what would you say that is?
That is a very good question. Let me find some research on it for you. It's like, what is it? I don't know if I can explain it, but it's something that's healing. It's something that is like you are here, I am here, we are in this space together.
And in between that space is what?
Oh, I don't know what you're fishing for.
So we talk about touch, but really, because I've taken a look at this myself, and this is not even philosophical; it's actually scientific.
Okay.
There between the touch of two things, there's a space, and touch is actually what I've put into that space. Whether it's love or compassion or healing or trust, or take. because there's touch that takes.
Right. Right.
But there's also touch that heals. And so there's a perception, there's a experience between the two of us that whatever we fill this space with, this is me just waxing philosophical.
I like it.
Whatever we put into this space is what the result is.
Yeah.
Without an agenda, without even any preconceived ideas, a conversation unfolds because you and I have an intention to share beauty.
Yeah.
Or experience or healing or whatever. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we put in between the two of us frustration, resentment, anger, I know more than you know.
Yeah.
You know more than I know. What happens to our relationship?
It's not as healthy. It deteriorates.
We're not touching.
Distances. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're literally not touching. We don't even communicate.
Yeah.
So to me, touch is a communication.
Yeah.
And then the cells respond. I love it. And on the clinic walls, we have the phrase by Dr. Bruce Lipton, in the moment we change our perception, we rewrite the chemistry of our body. And so having a practitioner like you actually gives me goosebumps, that has that intention to heal. That's what, to me, if you're open to it, is what you're putting into the space. And the patient, the experience, the body, the mind, the soul, the essence, it responds.
Yeah.
Because you have an intention and you have skill. And you have a unique thing to offer in the world of healing. See, and that's what I love about chiropractic. But the beautiful thing too to me is we can do it with PT. We can do it with our in pain management. We can do it in all these other spaces if the intention, what's between the space of you and I, is a pure intent.
I love that.
That's how I see
so
what
much.
touch is.
Yeah.
Because it's a communication. And so what's been your experience with when you actually take your skilled hands in the most beautiful and appropriate ways with patients, and what's been some of the results you've experienced for yourself and
that's a good,
your patients?
that is good. I think that's a very good question too. I think one of my most recent stories, it's one of the ones that I can't quite explain, but there was a girl who came in with low back pain, intense, like sciatic pain, numbness, tingling all the way down her legs, right? She's on the verge. She comes in the office and she's like, I'm supposed to have back surgery on Friday. It's like a Tuesday. And I'm like, girl, I don't know if we're going to fix this by then. Give me a shot, but let's see. And she had just been dealing with chronic pain for so long. She was suicidal levels, right? Like, so she's communicating to me in office, like, I'm done. I can't handle this anymore. So I'm sitting with her, and at that point, right, like I am, my chair is close to her, and I'm holding her knee, I'm holding her hand, and we're talking, right? And, we do a little bit of treatment, but nothing intense, right? It's nothing outside of the ordinary. And she comes back within 2 days, and she, where first she came in, she was like, she couldn't talk. She didn't want to talk. She didn't want to communicate. She didn't want to she was not open, right? She came back, she had lipstick on. She felt a little bubblier. And she was like, I feel the best I've felt so far. Like I slept last night. And, I went home and I told my husband, I was like, I honestly think that was just like a human to human healing moment. Like, I don't know that my treatment of her that day is what did that. I think it was care. It was care. The way that I cared for her, not like an adjustment care, but I think it was just like her reaching out, like still that little like grasp for hope. Like, I know you say that you're done, but I still see you trying, let me latch onto that and let's see where we can go together, And so that was huge, I saw her on the schedule and I was like, how's this gonna go? And she came in and it has been different since then. So that has been one of my favorite stories so far.
I love that. And it's actually,
connection.
to me, what you just described is what we had just spoke about.
Yeah.
About that touch, that space, literally the space between when your hand touches someone's spine.
Yeah.
When you feel, to me, and I don't, when I feel that space with kindness and love, it's a completely different experience. No. And then then it's the actual physical. There's a, you talk about magic, and magic is actually a beautiful word, because if we apply that word to me, to mitosis and meiosis and literally axonal space where you get an action potential, and you have all the threshold potential, all these. Why not use the word magic? We want to throw all these words in there like
right.
potassium gates
right, exactly.
and axonal whatevers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait a second here.
Let's call it what it is.
Wait a minute here. Wouldn't it be a lot more fun to call that magic?
Yes, it would be.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, cell biology, biomechanics, are they not magic?
Yeah. I mean, that is like, we literally have that
greatest.
conversation often with our patients. It's like, your body is incredible, And it's like, sometimes it's hard because you want to fit so much information into like a small appointment. But it's like, man, if you only knew like how incredible you are.
And as you, to me, as a showing up as an incredible practitioner, they actually start to get the message.
Yeah, that is.
Like, oh my gosh, she's
uh-huh.
super passionate about this. I trust her. And we know, the results is because you care, and your skills are excellent,
Absolutely,
too. But
absolutely.
So that's the stuff that fascinates me, and I
Yeah.
feel like if we could take, I've said this to myself and probably others because I talk to myself a lot. Take what chiropractic does at the heart of chiropractic and apply that to healthcare across the board.
Yeah.
Because that's what my intention has been with the physical therapists we hire now,
Yes.
and the brain injury stuff, to take the heart of chiropractic
Right.
and apply it to orthopedic surgeons. And I feel like that's since the time I started in when did I start? 1998.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. There's doctors now of many, many kinds are way more open to these type of conversations
Agreed.
than 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So I just think, for as far as chiropractic is concerned, it's a phenomenal place to be. And I love that you do it. And does your husband practice too?
He doesn't practice. He is his job. He's a M&A. I always want to say MMA, but mergers and acquisitions.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Mergers and acquisitions. Yeah.
And he does online marketing and stuff.
Yeah,
so
cool.
He's behind the scenes.
So he gets free adjustments.
He does. He
Good
does.
on him.
Good
choice.
He has earned that because he was my dummy at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
When I'm practicing on him, and now he gets the benefit of actually.
So where do you see? You're here in your practices in here in Pleasant Grove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you recently buy a practice?
I did.
Yeah.
So I took over. There's an amazing Dr. Rosquist and Rosquist Chiropractic behind the Purple Turtle. That's where everyone knows where they're.
So what do you see yourself creating? What are some of your dreams and visions of what you're doing?
There are a lot. There are so many. One of them right now, kind of even tapping a little bit into that that space, that connection, like what lies in between that space is I'm trying to shift a little bit away from just focusing on like pain management, right? Just pain. I came in because something hurts, and trying to shift a little bit more to like neurologically focused issues, right? For the whole family. So I know there are not, and I don't know the stats, but like there are not that many children here in this county that get adjusted.
Correct.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I think that we could use, I would like to see more for sure. And so right now I'm kind of geeking out. Have you heard of the Insight scanners?
No. Anything
like that? So it's basically, I will kind of like geek out about it a little bit. It's data, right? So it's the way that we see some of the unseen forces on our body, right? So I can look at this unseen force and I could say, this feels like magic. But then I can also have this data that says, here's how we can actually look at it and quantify it, right? And so it measures different things like heart rate variability, right? Your HRV. And phenomenal metric to keep track of. But generally, we kind of like to say it's like the ability to assess how well your body adapts to stress in your life. Like, you're going to have stress. Like, life, there are stressful things around you all the time. But how well can your body adapt to that? Is it like a ninja? Can it move really quickly? Or does it just sit and just let everything fall on it? And then it also uses things as simple as like temperature and electricity to kind of feel or kind of like see and map out in your body places where those subluxations are, right? Which is the word that chiropractors love, but no one else uses, but right? And so then we can kind of attack that nervous system right at the place where it needs to be. And we can literally watch those numbers improve.
So you can actually do a pre-treatment, post-treatment.
Yep.
And, it's interesting because if someone's in sympathetic, I call sympathetic overload, like our lifestyles are, we get these massive cortisol hits all day long.
All the time.
And what happened, we get this neuroplastic, neuroplastic, but also you get this recurring cycle of biochemical plasticity, right? Like, or endocrine plasticity, where you get this constant hit.
Yeah.
And no one ever drops back into parasympathetic. You talk about heart rate variability and different things, but if the body has been so conditioned to stay in this cortisol sympathetic overload space, and once you do give them an adjustment, thoracic, whatever it might be, what do generally people say? They do what?
They
immediately went from sympathetic overload to the body says, thank you, parasympathetic sets in, and they're like, Dr. Rice is amazing. Right?
Yeah. They're like, it's magic.
It's magic.
It's like magic. Yeah.
And so I love that you have, tell me the name of the device.
So it's an Insight scanner.
Insight.
By CLA.
Insight. Well, there's something we could talk about.
To
be able to see within.
Right. Honestly, it is. It's trying to see the unseen, the things that we all feel but can't quite like point to.
And those things that it's measuring, I mean, heart rate variability, we actually, if we pay attention to it, we could actually measure it with our own self.
Yeah, yourself.
I think we attempt to with like blood pressure and stuff like that. But
and even some like watches nowadays will track it. Like there's.
You know what's interesting to me though too is think about if someone has high blood pressure. Do they ever think about going and seeing a chiropractor?
I don't think they do. I don't think they know to.
They don't.
Right? They don't know to. They don't. I don't know that they know that their bodies can reverse that. They just think medication. There's something wrong. I guess I'll just get on a prescription of some kind to help control that. It's like, in some cases maybe, but like you probably can help control that.
Or in combination or some sort of. That's why like we talk about building bridges, right?
Yeah.
So like. Let's build bridges between different types of doctors or practitioners where, we can assist humanity and not put ourselves on an island. Historically, and this is another reason I love that you came in here, chiropractors put themselves on islands.
Yeah, it's true. They do.
My friends.
Yeah.
Interact. Go for it. Get out.
Right.
Share your smile. Share your uniqueness.
Yeah.
And once you start doing it, does it become more fun?
I'm an introvert, so I don't know about that.
What? I would never have put money on that.
See? So this is where the courage comes in, right?
See?
So it's like being brave. You usually don't feel like you're being brave when you're being brave. But so far, no, I'll let you know when it feels good. But
okay.
It's still...
I would say...
Rewarding. I will keep doing
rewarding.
it. But worth it. Absolutely worth it. Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, is there we have created neuroplastic ways of avoidance.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, and so to build new bridges, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go into that office and say hello.
Right. What makes me uncomfortable? Okay, let's go.
And I feel like these guys, so in the room here with us is our marketing team, right? So
they're fabulous.
It's
fabulous
like when,
women.
and I actually hired all of these guys in literally 5 minutes. So
got that intuition.
It's because they have, it's the thing, right? It's like when you know, it's like, yep, you'd be really good at this.
Yeah.
And then they, of course, it's like, well, what do you mean I have to walk into people's offices? I'm like, yeah, you're excellent at that. I see the superpower in you. I would like for you to see it as well.
Right. Yeah. We'll draw it out.
But so jumping into, working with children more in pediatrics when it comes to chiropractic, using this Insight technology to identify, treat, and then also document results, which is really key. And so because you have that technology now and you can kind of see some of the results that you're getting, what's been the patient response with that?
So I haven't done it on kids yet. So far the patient response it's new enough in our office. It's just that excitement piece of, okay, I want to know how I stack up. Like, what's normal? You know, normal is a variability, right? But people are curious. They like, okay, tell me more. Do I have control? Can I have control? And then this almost excitement piece of, I can watch this change. Like, I'm going to actually become more involved in my care because I want to see those numbers rise. I want to see my heart rate variability go up. I want to see these core score scans go up.
I'm speculating here, but when it comes to people with, PTSD or OCD or even concussion for that matter, there's this heightened sense of they get exhausted because their body is in this sympathetic space and there's inflammatory. Right. However, when we start doing things, the things start to shift, right? Yeah. And so I'm curious. I would love to hear how that pans out over time when it comes to patients that come in with chronic pain, right? Yeah, we get that. But what about all the other stuff? Like there's an emotional, like with this patient you were talking about,
right?
Just what you did, how you showed up and how you treated her. Did she have different results with her biochemistry, with her emotion, with her literally the hope about her own life, right? That changed.
Yeah. So she was before I got the scanner. So there weren't actual numbers that I can show and point to and say like, this changed really quickly. But the scanner is new to our office, so we're still in that like experimental phase, gathering the initial data. Right? It's the gathering initial data phase.
And we love data.
But I will let you know
however,
how it goes.
you actually you knew the result, without having the data,
right? Yeah.
And it's almost like. And I get it. It's fun to kind of go geek out about data and stuff like that. But it's also like, wait. We already saw this happen.
Right.
And as the patient comes back and reports, they literally talk about, oh my gosh,
this is
inside of me, my insight about myself literally changed when you did what you did last time.
Yeah. So, okay, with your patients... So one thing that I'm finding is my patients, they almost forget how they used to feel. They forget how bad they felt because they're like, oh no, I'm totally fine. What are you talking about? I'm like, wait, do you remember what it was like when you first came in the office?
I wrote this down right here.
Remember
this is
that
what you said.
Couldn't move your neck? Do you find that like patients they can retrieve that memory and say like, oh, I've come so far? Or is it like, no, I'm good. I'm doing good. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And what was your experience with patients?
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, good.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful you're feeling better.
Right. Yes.
But I have I'm like, I remember when you couldn't do this.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I'm like, nope.
Yes.
I'm like, now you can do that.
Do you remember when you came in walking with a cane and now you're not?
Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the thing of like maybe these sheets and they're color coordinated, so it's easy to see and easy to understand, but it's like, but look what you've done, like look where you were and look where you've come. But
and so I think that's valuable data to literally even to share with the patient, obviously, to say here's our baseline and here's where you're at, you know. And I do feel like that's super valuable. But the good news though too is I think they kind of know, like they want a discount.
Yeah.
Like, well, maybe it was because I started drinking more apple juice, or maybe it's because whatever they make like those are all possibilities.
Right. Sure. Within the realm of possibility.
The realm of possibilities, but look at the result, and so tracking results is essential.
Yeah.
So,
fun.
What would you tell colleagues? Because I'm going to share this with you real quick.
Please, yeah.
One of the, oh boy, I truly love chiropractic, but I also have completely created a business outside of chiropractic.
Yeah.
And there's reasons, justifications, and excuses, right? But there was a part of me and you'll probably be way better at this than I was. I was so tired of, I felt like at every patient interaction had to be so perfect. Otherwise, they would discount my skill. They didn't discount the fact that the type of doctor I am. They would discount the result.
Yeah.
And so I put so much into it. I didn't have anything left to put into it. I literally retired at one point.
Yeah.
And was doing some other businesses and so I'm like, if I'm going to get back into healthcare, I'm going to do it this way. What would you tell chiropractors? We get burnout, and because we want to show what we do has value.
Right.
And what would you tell chiropractors? And what I was going to say too is I really have a difficult time going to chiropractic conventions and different things, because I feel like it's like, why are we not a combined unit here? It's like it's this weird enmity, separation between us.
Yes.
And I'm like, I just want to know. I want to hear. I would love to know what your results have been. I would love to know how we could correlate. I'd love to know how we could build. But it's like there's this energy. You know what I'm saying? If you've been to one, what would you share with chiropractors, or to like give them to revive their careers, so to speak?
Okay. Good question. I'm new enough in my career. I haven't quite hit that point.
Is there days when you felt that though?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And if I feel that, I try to do an internal check-in of like, okay, where am I getting my value from? Like, is my value caught up in a result for this patient? And that's outside of my control.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I can't base my worth and value and, any of that on whether or not someone's knee pain gets better 2 days later after I treat them, you know?
Yep.
I have heard a lot about doctors who have felt that burnout, right? And are just done and want to quit. And I think a little bit of that I'm trying to take lessons from already of like, okay, then I'm not going to work 16 hours a day. I'm not going to sacrifice my family for this. This is a job and I love it, but it's not going to replace some of the really core values for me either. So a little bit twofold of question, right? Like a little bit about burnout, but then like, what do you say to the colleagues who kind of guard? Yeah,
guarding. That's a good word for it.
It's other chiropractors.
It's very strange.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the more that we call that out, the more people are like, oh, you're right. Why am I guarding? And I think there's like a limited mentality of I can't share. There's not enough to go around, right? Chiropractic is not the first place people go. You know, we do sometimes just get, when everyone's tried everything else, they come to us. So it feels like a scarcity mentality. But instead of thinking of it like that, like if we did partner together more, and I think, I don't know if you've noticed or like have seen, there are more like multi-practitioner offices like popping up, and sometimes it's as simple as like, hey, let me share the bills with you as I start, you know. But then that camaraderie and that mixture of let's do this together can really, I think, is going to succeed, and I think will continue to succeed in the future. There will be, and I hope that there will be less just one-man show chiropractic offices. I think we are beginning to see the value of combining not only with other chiropractors, but like what you have done here, like with the PTs, with the nurse practitioners, and really giving that patient the care that we want to, that we can't do alone.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like finding that space, that place where, there's passion about it. Thank goodness Concussion Pros was born for us, because it's given me a whole new passion.
Yeah. Thank goodness it was born for some of my patients that I've sent here who are
it is
really
literally
taken care of.
Put a shot of adrenaline back in my life. And so I do finding your passion, finding and having balance, and but also doing what you did. Just go reach out, communicate, build communities. I think we can, as chiropractic physicians as a whole, there's so many wonderful things to create.
Yeah.
and sticking together on a lot of things and having new ideas, like new technologies coming out, new ways of practicing and new ways of getting results with patients. So it's super fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And one other thing, it was super unique. You don't see a lot of female chiropractors.
That is true.
And so I love that you've chosen into this, and
Thanks.
and maybe being a voice for future female chiropractors, and it's a beautiful career. It really is.
Really
and
is.
having that balance is key,
Yeah.
and communicating your message.
Yeah.
So I love that you do that. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
But I'm getting the this is like the Oscars where the music starts.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, hey, no, I'm not finished talking yet.
I know.
So
it's like, we can
they're
keep
giving
going.
me all
Like,
kinds
you
of
have so many good
it's like
things.
it's time
I'm
to
like,
stop.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, thank you so much. Super grateful to have you
pleasure.
come on the
Absolutely.
2 Thumbs Up podcast.
It's amazing. Thanks for having me.
And maybe we'll do it down the road sometime.
I would love it.
Do you want to kind of tell us name of your practice?
Yeah. So Dr. B is what I go by. So Dr. B at Rosquist Chiropractic here in Pleasant Grove.
Yeah.
Behind
And
the
you
Purple Turtle.
you have
Purple
social
Turtle.
media stuff that they'll post on the.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I can give that a shout out. It's
Yeah.
too long to say out loud, but it'll be in the show notes.
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey guys, thanks again for tuning in to 2 Thumbs Up podcast. We love you. We appreciate you. Dr. Rice, Dr. B. I'm Dr. T, but super grateful to have you on.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Yeah.
And we'll do it again.
Perfect. Thanks for having me.
Love y'all. See ya.